Okay, so when you already set a pace of the retina and you want to take a picture, for example, this one is the one you choose. I like it. So you go and take out iPort, click again, so you take it out. And now you have the option to put a scan here. If you put a scan, if you are, for example, you want to go, let's start here, sorry. If you choose this one that have DAPI, green and red, and DIC, you can press scan, and this is going to start scanning. Sometimes this remove interlock is going to be here. You have to press it, and it's going to start doing the scan of that part. This is like a big picture. We don't want this type like this, like a rectangle. We want a square. So we press the square, it's going to fix it. And now it's giving to you all channels together. We don't want that, this is kind of awful, so we press this one that is here, can you see?
Mm-hmm.
And we have all the 4 channels separately, and here is the one that has everything. In this time, the laser power is now working, and what we want to do is to set the different intensities of the laser powers. So we are going to start with the blue, for example, that is here. This is already set a gain of 81 and a laser power of 3.4. We are going to increase a little bit again until 90, and a little bit, you can see that it's starting to show up. And we're going to increase the laser power to 6. In this case, this is for 20x, we are in 20x, and we started to have something here. Okay, move on. Which is the next one? The green. Oh, this is very little. We are going to increase it to almost 100, and the laser power is pretty down. It's pretty low, so we are increasing. When we increase this one, DIC will increase all the time because they are DIC using this power to make the light. But we have like just right now like a very thin line. We want to increase a little bit more the laser power. We're going to decrease DIC, but you can start to see it, no? The green light there. So perhaps we want something stronger. When do we know that we are going above what we need? We used to click here. This is a pixel saturation indicator. When we press it, it's going to show us when you are saturating the pixel. The camera is being overexposed to the light. You can see that, you will see that later on. So we have the green here. Okay, let's go to the red. Increase a little bit. This is already super heavy, so but we really need to see this red here, and we started to see. We try not to go further than 120, as I say here, for gain, and not further in the laser power as 20, 25, something like that. Well, here we have the red. There is some spot that is marking you that is overexposed, but we are very interested in this part. We don't want to be overexposed in the outer segments. Okay? When you have this, what you have to change is the focus plane. Okay? So in this moment, the focus plane is fixed, is in one part. We want to see how big is it, and we are going to start doing that, moving this one that is the same as this, but digital, and you can change, pressing this button, how sensitive need to be. This is the more unsensitive thing. I will use that, but I'm very used to move it very slowly. So now I'm going to go down. You can see here. Oh, I'm going up now. going up, then going down. I want to set what is the bottom of the part, and you can see that the light started to vanish here. I'm going to repeat. I go up, and you can see the red is bright, the green is bright. If I go down a little bit, this started to disappear. So I think that that is the bottom. And I'm going to click this as a bottom. Boom, this change. Now I want to see what is the top of this. So I'm going up and I started to see that this is glowing, it's good, still being good. Now it's decreasing a little bit, but still having a lot. Now it's decreasing here, here, here. So I know that I'm mostly on the top. I can go a little bit up, and this is starting to disappear too. So I can just set this as a top, and that is going to tell me that the entire area that I choose was 6.7. And we know that we make a section of 16. So we are far from that part. But perhaps this is the top part, and most of the antibody is on the top. Anyway, we are going to check it out a little bit up and see if we can have something else. It's not much. I'm going to set this as a new top, and then I'm going to go back down and put more refine this area. I'm going to pay attention here. This is disappearing. So I think that I'm on the bottom. I can put it again, and now I have 8 microns, 8.4. It's okay. It's a good section for that. Okay? So I want to keep that. I want to go to the middle now that I have everything. I know most of the time the middle is the most bright. I want to check it out that none of my lights, power are saturating. They are good, looks good. So I'm good in that sense. I'm going to stop the scan because I don't want to over bleach my sample. And now you have to choose the step. Okay? By default, this is telling you that the best thing that you can do is a step of 1.15 for 20x. Okay? We have here a graph. I didn't put the 20x here. I have to put it. 20x. The step size that we want is how thick is it's going to make focus here, then it's going to make focus here, but we want to know how thick is this part. So for 20x, we don't need to be super aggressive and make very small. It's going to take a lot of time, and with 0.3 it's more than enough, and it's just giving us 29 steps. Okay? For this amount of retina that we want to section, at this thickness is equal to 29 steps of different scannings. Okay? We set that part, we are setting this part. All the time that you change things here is going to show up this mark. You have to press the right click on the bottom and put assign current camera settings. So now it's saved what you did there. You are good to go here. You want to put where do you want this to be saved. So browse, and we make this all the thing in 28. I already have that folder here, and we are going to put yours. That was Grace as IMPG1, IMPG2. Good. Okay. And now we have to put a file name. File name is which day you have in your notebook that you make all of this. So if you want to know which is the secondary I use, primary you use for each thing, you know where to go. It's 20x, it's 20, and which is the number of the section that we are using?
K9.
K9. K9, and we are scanning the proximal to the label. So it's going to be proximal, and we are using a 20x. Okay? If you can add something else because you want, it's good, but you are good to go here. If you press timing, it's going to tell you this is going to take 11 minutes. No, for sure it's not. What happens? This lambda is click. So this is making the calculation for scanning first with this one and then with this one. And now that we are using just this, we don't know, we don't want the lambda, we take it out, and now it's going to take this one. So if I put timing here, 3 minutes. We're good to go. We press run. Here it's going to tell you estimate time. All of these things starting to show up, and you can see here when you are bleaching, for example. Why? Because we have this button set, and now you can see that these are black here. We don't want that. We make a mistake there. Abort. Let's start again. Scan. Now it's scanning this part, and DIC is too big here, so we can decrease a little bit the power here, and now it's not saturating anymore. Anyways, we can play a little bit, turn it up, but it's fine. It's there, so it's better not to have it. So I stop the scan. I'm going to press again assign camera settings, and I go again, run. We're good. Stop it.